What up, guys? This is Kool-Aid. Welcome back to Base Damage. Going over some more Rogue deck reviews. It's another awesome deck sent in by Kojiros Hirogumi and on weissdex.com. I haven't said it through the ones that I've recorded so far, but I will put these links in the description so y'all can check these out. New one today, Heaven and Hell Betrayal. Interesting name choice, I'll give them that. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. 47 yellow and 3 green. I already checked. The 3 green are level 0s, so you're fine. So predominantly, this is basically just a mono yellow deck. This deck actually reminded me a lot of my Raigeki deck. One of the same climax combos that it uses, but it uses another climax combo that I wanted to screw around with and be able to utilize. And it works pretty well. Just you get stuff off the field. Your opponent doesn't have anything. Getting right into this though, 4 Hatsukaze, which is oh my god, just such a damn good card. Matt Brower hates this so fucking much. Global 5 to all your fleet girls, and the dreaded anti-salvage, which is if either player were to salvage a character, basically grab a character back from their waiting room, back to their hand, during the attack phase only, that respective player gets -3 solo across the board. To which, if your opponent's the person who's just wanting to run 8 fucking salvage triggers for their climaxes, they have a choice to make. It's, do I want to get my characters an advantage, or do I want to do damage type thing? So it's one of those big kind of middle finger fuck you cards. See, I think that'd be cool if I got like a little a hand icon for when I'm clicking cards, and it just does the middle finger instead of the index finger. Probably a way to do that. 4 of Maikaze, which is an oversized level 0. On play, you got a top check, and if it's not a fleet girl, that card that you top check goes to the clock. But minimal drawback for a level 0, and mostly because a lot of people want to get pushed to level 1 quicker anyway. It doesn't matter. So you basically just have a big, meaty 35. You have the Ikiduchi Brainstormer, Mill 4 for every climax, do some clock swapping, and being able to get what you need at different points of the game, as long as you have a decent size of your clock. Pretty good. This is actually a promo Akitsumaru, which I've been wanting to pick up some of these. You tap 2 characters, choose one of your fleet girls, and that character gets 1500 power until end of turn. Really interesting tap effect. I like that. There's an Asagumo that does something close to it. You tap 2 of your fleet girls, or 2 characters, and give a fleet girl 1000 power, but it's until the end of your opponent's next turn as opposed to just for the turn, which is pretty cool still. You got Isakaze. This is actually pretty cool and can get fairly big. When her battle opponent becomes reversed, you can put a fleet girl character from your waiting room under her as a marker. For every marker, she gets +1 level and 1500 power. So, just doing some math here. Use her effect, and you kill something, she becomes a level 135. Kill something again, she becomes a level 2 5k. So she's a little underpowered from a lot of other stuff, but if you keep her alive, this can matter. So then by the 3rd marker, she's a level 3 75. Once again, she's underpowered for a lot of stuff, but that effect more lets you get over the reversers. So, say if by level 1 she's reversed 2 characters and has 2 markers under her, she can kill level 1 reversers and not give a fuck. So, also being able to, if you can get her effect off a couple times and just be able to get fleet girls under her, by the time you refresh, it's not gonna happen as much, sure, but you can refresh and you know that there's fleet girls under her, and you compress a little bit and you refresh. It's pretty cool. Then you have Hamikaze, which is at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. You may pay the cost, which is 2 stock, and put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, move this card to an open position of your backstage, and then choose a level 2 or higher character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. This is both a runner and a salvage on your opponent's turn, all in one card. At level 0, you don't have to worry about this much at all, but being able to do this fairly early on, get back some of your level 2s, because you want to set up your level 2 plays with these 2 cards. This can stay in the waiting room because that's going to turn into this at level 1, but you kind of want to be able to get these back, and it's an understandable effect, especially if you've already thrown down some of your beat sticks and have just been going for just killing stuff. Use a Hamikaze, run a little bit, your characters stay alive, and then you salvage some, which is pretty cool, and you get pushed to level 1 quicker because of the dealing yourself a damage. Pretty cool. Level 1 Goya, if it's side attacks, it gets +1 soul. At the beginning of your encore step, if she's rested, pay 2 stock and you change into the level 2 Goya Kai. You got I-168, Kaidai. Sorry, I was like, wow, I just can't say I-168 every single time, but this is Kaidai. She's basically a level 1 0 cost 15 backup, which actually plays something with that in a second here. Then you have Oyoda. Let's see. Japan's largest light cruiser, Oyodo Kai. If the number of cards in your clock is 0, this card cannot attack. So you can't really drop her, beginning level 1 and use her in any way, shape, or form. If the number of your other Fleet Girl characters is 2 or more, this card gets plus 1,000 power. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, which is discard a card. If you do choose one of your other Fleet Girl characters, return it to your hand. So if you've had to purposely, say if you swung with another character, and like with her or whatever, or just another character in general, and they backed up and they used a backup, you can use her effect to get that character back to your hand without having to worry about encore, without having to worry about really wasting too terribly much hand advantage, because you're discarding a card and then you're adding that character back to hand. So it's a little bit of hand fixing too, if you look at it that way. It's only on attack, but if she has her second ability going off, she's a 7K anyway, with level 1, which is pretty cool. Let's see. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When this card becomes reversed in battle, put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If that card is a level 0 or lower character, you may rest her. Now, counting your level 0s, you have 8, 13... You got 17 level 0s, so that's not too terribly bad on your odds here, to be completely and totally honest. And it's only a one copy of her, so if that just happens to go off, your opponent's just going to be like, well, fuck. Okay, they saved one character already, and then you try to kill it, and she just stays on the field just to be able to redo stuff over and over. I like that really a whole bunch. It's pretty cool. Akiduki. This is actually a promo as well. You can get it from from your locals, from getting in shops. Up to 1 time per turn when you use an... it says auto. It's actually supposed to be act, if I'm not mistaken. When you use a act ability, this card gets plus 1,500 power till end of turn. Yeah, it shouldn't be auto. It should say act. I could be completely totally wrong on that. If I am wrong on it, ignore the second part that I'm about to say here. If it is an act, when you use her ability is considered an act. So when you use that on Akiduki, you give her 1,500 power, then her own ability kicks in. That is when you use an act ability, this card gets plus 1,500 power as well. Essentially, she becomes a 3k backup on Akiduki specifically. So, turn her into an 8k before anything else, just for free. Just for free, which is really fucking cool. So then you just have 12 level 1s, which is pretty cool. Getting into your level 2s, this is where you're going to have your first climax combos. I'm going to go ahead and get Goya out of the way, which is if the number of your other Fleet Girl characters you have is 2 or more, this card gets plus 1 soul and character encore. Helps you make up a whole bunch of damage, and she stays on the field for a long time. Now getting into Zuikaku and Shokaku. Zuikaku, when all planes take off, is placed in your climax area, which is this 1k1 spin trigger. Fun fact, both of these, they're sister ships, and they both work off the same climax combo, which I really like stuff like that. Let's see. You choose one of your characters with aircraft in its trait, so you choose Shokaku. And it gets the ability till end of turn. When damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you may pay 1. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So it's more, you're giving her an ability that if her damage gets cancelled, which, if she swings, with the climax in play anyway, she's going to be poking for 3 anyway. So if that 3 would get canceled, with this effect, you can pay 1 to deal attempted burn for 1, which is really cool. It works off of aircraft carriers. That's a destroyer. She is. It won't let me look at the damn traits from here. I don't think she's. I think she's a light cruiser. I'm sorry. And then her second ability is you may rest her. Choose one of your characters. That character gets 3,000 power till end of turn. I've seen the yellow-green meta decks tech 1 to 2 copies of this in solely to get over Titans back in the day when it was huge. And people had to worry about Titans. They would run Zuikakus specifically to get over Titans because that just tap and just not pay any stock. Just tap and 3k buff to something. Especially with Akagi Kai, you're going to kill shit straight up. Plus, if you absolutely have to, you can do that, give a character 3k, and then summon like another buff over top of her like a Hatsukaze or whatever. That 3k doesn't leave until the end of turn. So interesting little climax combo and a lot of buff. And just mostly you play her back row. When this card attack for Shikaku, she's a 2 cost, but she's a 2 soul. Really cool. When this attacks, if all planes take off is in your climax area, you may choose one of your opponent's characters and return it to their hand. Sure, this doesn't work on hexproof, but if they don't have hexproof, this is getting rid of stuff, and your opponent has to pay more stock to use up stock and summon that character again. This is really fun at level 3 when you can get rid of stuff that has like -2 soul or just can't be reversed by effects. If they have hexproof, it's whatever. But on top of that, she has Clock Encore, so she's going to be able to last for a couple turns, and just between her and Goya, they're going to stay on field, and you're just going to be able to keep bouncing shit every turn that you have that climax. And then potential cancel burn from Zuikaku. I really like how this level 2 game is set up. It's only got 9, or it has 9, but that's because you only have 4 of the level 3. Which is Yamato, which is from the first set, the Yamato from the first set. On play, you can heal 1, and when Gunfire Assault Ready is in your climax area, when she attacks, all of your character gets 2,000 power until end of turn, and your opponent cannot use Encore. This includes Character Encore, Clock Encore, the Pay 3 rule. They can't do any of that. They cannot save their characters unless the character has a built-in auto ability. Reference Berserker. There was a level 1 Berserker from the from Unlimited Blade Works that forcibly dealt itself damage, or that deals you damage and rests itself. That's not an Encore ability. You can also reference the level 1 Kumano from the first Kantai set that essentially has the same effect. When she becomes reversed, you deal yourself a damage from the top of the deck, and that damage can't be canceled, and she rests herself. That's about the only type of effect that can save it. As far as like level 3 that you have to worry about, there's a Tsukihi from the Nizamonogatari that saves itself once a turn. That's not an Encore. That's just that's an auto ability. But as far as during the Encore phase, your character Encores, Clock Encores, this makes it so your opponent can't save it. And that's what I based Raigeki out off of, was 2 separate climax combos that both state your opponent can't use Encore. And I'm just powering up, killing their shit, and they're not able to save a damn thing. To which the Yamato climax is a 1k1 shot trigger. This shot triggers are good. I don't care what anyone says. I've won games off of fucking shot triggers. It's freaking awesome. So I really like it's an even spread of both 1k1, so you have a really nice damage spread over the course of the game, and just be able to go spin trigger, shot trigger, can't use Encore, bounce your shit, cancel burns. 3 different climax combos off of only having 2 climaxes is something that I really like to see in decks like this, especially rogue decks that just nobody sees coming, and just even if it's just in a locals, you're gonna have fun with it straight up. Kojiro, you get another awesome Kool-Aid 10 out of 10 for this deck. It's rogue. It does its shenanigans, and it has a fun time doing it. Especially love the Goya, just saying. Thank y'all very much for watching. This is Heaven and Hell Betrayal by Kojiro Hirogumi. It would be super awesome if if anyone also wants to send in decks for the Rogue deck reviews and wants me to check these out, just please send me, link in the description for this deck. If you want me to check out yours and potentially see it on a Rogue deck review video, just comment the link and I'll check it out, and it'd be much appreciated. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope y'all have an awesome day. Peace out for now.